welcome to Review the Light. Today we're taking a look at the new Nitecore MT06 Penlight. But really quick, if you haven't yet, be sure to click this link right up here to subscribe to me on YouTube. This one right up here to follow me on Facebook. That'll keep you up to date with the latest reviews and flashlight news sorts of things. Once I finish the review, I'll be putting the full review link down right here in the description. So feel free to click on that if you have any questions about the performance of the light, if you want to see the beam shots, the runtime graph, spectral analysis, anything like that. That'll all be in the full review once I get it done. So, the MT06 is, as I mentioned, it's a Penlight by Nitecore. Really quick, I'll give you a look at the box. If you want any more closer looks, feel free to pause it. But that's that. So, we'll go ahead and open it up. This is kind of a Nitecore standard package design, except for it's kind of got a plastic cutout, so you can see the Penlight on the inside. So one difference between kind of the standard Nitecore box, I think. On the inside, we have the warranty card here. Also, the manual, a couple of spare O-rings, and a little plastic baggie there, because O-rings are, well, they'll wear out if you use the light very often. And of course the light itself in the little plastic pack. Pop it out all out. Alright, so the MT06 is a good standard pen light shape. So if I just compare it to a regular pen really quick, you can see it's a little shorter than this pen that I happen to grab out of my desk, and a little thicker, but pretty pen shaped. So can pass for a pen if you're worried about that. Just then maybe a slightly thicker than average pen. But yeah, so I'd say it qualifies as a pen light pretty well. It uses a Cree XQE emitter, I believe. This is not an emitter that I've really familiar with. It hasn't been in a light that I've reviewed before, so I'm excited to see how it performs when I take it outside and run the tests on it. But you can see it's a very small emitter, smaller even than the XPG emitters that you might be familiar with. So the XQE emitter, it claims I'm going to get 165 lumens from it. I'll measure that. So it seems like it's going to be a little bit lower brightness than some of the larger emitters, which I'm not surprised. But with its tiny size, it's not going to have a lot of heat output, I don't think, and also it's going to be a lot better focused. It's not going to be quite as floody as if you tried to shove, say, an XML or an XPG into here because of its small size. So it should be able to maintain a little bit of focus even with the tiny size of the reflector. You can see the reflector is smooth, and it's kind of recessed into the head a little bit. And on the head you can see this serial number right there. A little bit of grooving here on the head where you are going to want to get a grip to take the head off to replace the batteries. The side is smooth. You can see the Nitecore logo on one side, the model number on the other here. Up here near the tail of the light, you can see that we've got a clip. I think the manual says it's stainless steel coated in titanium, I believe, is what the thing said. Up here you can see we have the switch, and it's kind of it's a nice looking switch there with kind of the circular groove finish, which I enjoy. It's allowed to look nice if you, say, stick it out of your shirt pocket or pants pocket or something like that. So it's just a good looking light overall, and it does pass for a pen pretty well. We'll go ahead and open it up and take a look inside. On this side here you can see just a small plate to make connection with the batteries. There is a little bit of a plastic ring around there, so that should add some reverse polarity protection if you happen to accidentally insert your batteries backwards. The negative terminal of a battery shouldn't be able to reach that gold plate. It should be kept off by the plastic ring. I can't really see down in there, but I believe there's a spring at the other end to help protect your batteries and your flashlight if you happen to drop it. We'll see here in a second. Yep, it's spring loaded. So there's a little spring on that end, which is nice. It takes two AAA size batteries, as most pen lights do. Once I get it on, there it is. So it has a really simple operation. If I click the rear switch once, it turns on in its lower mode. And you can see it's fairly bluish here. Yeah, that's going to look better once we get it outside. I'll turn off that so you can see the definition of the beam a little bit better. You can see if I back up, there's a definite hot spot in the middle, and then it fades out into the spill at the edge. But it's, like I said, a lot better focus than a larger emitter would be in there. And then if you do once the light is off, if you turn it off and back on quickly, it goes into the high mode. So it's just a two-mode light. Turn it on the first time and it's in the low mode, If you turn it off and back on quickly, it goes into the higher mode. So those are the two modes. Normally, say if I just leave it on, I believe 2 seconds is the limit. It just goes back into the low mode. If I turn it off and wait another 2 seconds, turn it back on, it goes back into the low mode. So you have to do it fairly quickly to get into the high mode. So the other option, instead of turning it all the way on, if you just kind of do a half press of the tail, it goes straight to the high mode without having to turn it off. So that's a little bit quicker. Alright, so pretty simple light. Like the way it looks so far. We will take it outside and give it a shot in the dark. Alright, welcome back to Review the Light. We've got the Nitecore MT06 here back here in the backyard, and we'll go ahead and fire it up and give it a shot. So here you go. You can see that even despite the very small size of the head, the light's pretty well focused there into a good hot spot, but then there's a pretty wide spill range. So here's the higher mode, and you can see the definition of the spill a lot better. It's a pretty useful beam pattern. You've got that tight spot, but you also have plenty of flood, so you can see around pretty well there. And the color that you're seeing is pretty good to what my eyes are seeing. And with the way the beam is focused, you can even kind of see, I can see into that tree behind my garage. And this is the, we'll show you the modes one more time. Oh, there we go. There's the low. There's the high. So you just got those two modes that you can change back and forth between. And that's that. So this is the Nitecore MT06 Penlight, and if you haven't yet, like I said, make sure you click this link right down here to follow me on YouTube, this one right up here to follow me on Facebook. Keep up to date with all the latest reviews and videos. Thanks, and have a great night.